In this session, let's have a look at the third method of including a CSS into an HTML document, that is external CSS. An external CSS is a separate file that is linked to an HTML web page. Here, the HTML file and CSS file will be different. The external CSS can be used when you want to make changes on multiple pages. That is, for example, if you have a website which includes different web pages, and if you want to apply the same styling to all the web pages in your website, then you can use this method because it can be written as a common file to all the web pages. Now, all the styles that need to be used can be declared in the external style sheet. And the external style sheet should contain only CSS syntax. That means it does not contain any HTML tags. So here there are two different files. One is HTML file and the other one is CSS file. All the stylings will be written in the CSS file and the HTML tags will be included in the HTML file. So on a CSS file there will be no HTML tags included. An external style sheet can be written in any text editor and it should be saved with the .css extension. So as we have mentioned, there are two different files and the styling is to be defined in the CSS file. So the file extension for that CSS file should be .css. And for the HTML file, the extension should be .html. Now let us see how this can be included and how these two files can be interlinked together. The external styles are defined within the link element, which is defined inside the head section of an HTML page. So there are two different files and the interlinking between these two files must be done with the help of link element present in the HTML page. So the link element will be having a reference to the external style sheet file. Let's see how this is defined. So inside the head tag, you can include the link element, and this link element is having some attributes to specify the reference to the HTML file. Here rel is an attribute and the value of rel is specified as style sheet. And most important attribute here is href, which includes the reference to the CSS file. So the value of href attribute is given as the file name of the CSS file that is to be linked with the HTML file. So here link tag is used to link the external style sheet with the HTML web page, and href attribute is used to specify the location of the external style sheet file. Now let us see some of the benefits of using external CSS. External style sheet can be applied to an unlimited number of web pages. This means that a single CSS file can be used to design an unlimited number of web pages. That is, the same styling can be used to different number of web pages by having a reference to the external style sheet in the link part of the head section. Another benefit is they can be used to bring a uniform format to every page they are attached to. It means if you have different number of web pages to be styled in a similar way, then only one CSS file is to be defined and it can be linked to the HTML page with the help of link tag in head section. So these are the benefits of using external style sheet. Now let us see how this works with the help of a sample code. Here I have written an HTML code, and inside this I have also defined an external CSS using link tag. So link rel equal to style sheet, href equal to mystyle.css. So here mystyle.css is the external CSS file that is to be referenced while designing this particular web page. So inside this I have included an h1 tag and also a paragraph. So some styling is to be provided to body, h1 and p. Now let's see what is the styling that is defined inside the mystyle.css. Let's open the mystyle.css file and see what are the stylings that are to be added into this particular HTML web page. So this is the mystyle.css file, and inside this you can see different CSS styling written for different tags used in HTML page. So as mentioned before, here you can see only CSS syntax and there are no HTML tags defined inside this. Here we have provided some styling, that is the body is to be displayed with the background color sign, and h1 tag is to be styled with color that is brown, and the alignment of the text is to be centered. Also paragraph tag is styled using some definition, that is color of the text should be blue and the size of font is to be set as 20 pixels. Now let's see how this works. So we have to open the HTML file using a web browser and see what is the result. Here you can see the web page that we have designed. So the background color of this web page appears in cyan color, and the level 1 heading, the text written in level 1 heading is displayed in brown color and aligned towards the center part of the web page. Also we have defined a paragraph using paragraph tag, and the styling defined inside that paragraph was color of the text should be blue and the size of the font was set to 20 pixels. So here you can see this particular styling has been provided with the help of external CSS. So the same external CSS can also be applied to different number of web pages. So let's see another web page that can be designed using the same external CSS. This is another HTML code which uses the same external style sheet. And we know that in this particular external style sheet, we have defined some styling for body, h1 and p. And in this page, I have included one more tag, that is ul, and no styling is provided to this particular tag. Let's see how this appears when we execute this file on a web browser. So here you can see the same styling has been created to this particular web page also. There was a heading tag defined and external CSS was written inside the h1 tag. So this particular text appears in brown color and the alignment is towards the center. Also a paragraph tag was included and the text defined inside the paragraph tag was product details, and this appears in blue color and the font size is also set to 20 pixels. The rest of the part is left as it is because there was no styling provided to this particular text. And here you can see that the background color is set as. So from this you can understand that same external CSS file can be used for different number of web pages. Hope you understood the working of external CSS. Thank you.